reminder, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to support us, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Your star ratings and reviews help others discover our podcast, so take a moment to share your thoughts. We appreciate you, and let's keep the conversation going.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to ADHP. That's Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics. Will you please welcome your hosts, Doug Robinson, Todd Sellers, and Brandon Popson.
Yes. Doug, you there?
I am here. I could not hear the intro music or anything you were playing, so I was just...
Oh, okay. I thought I don't know why.
Yeah, so welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're live. If you're listening to this in podcast form, maybe we cleaned up that start. Maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you're listening live right now, you just heard... I couldn't hear the intro music or the intro anything, so I just had to wait till Todd started talking.
Okay.
So hopefully it's being heard out there in YouTube land.
We're streaming and the EQs are making the noise be heard. So I don't know why you couldn't hear it. So yeah.
That's okay. I know what it sounds like. So how's your week been, Todd? We are.
I mean, it's been decent. I had a little bit of social media drama in the last few days, but other than that, it's been pretty.
What'd you do? Could you go give your opinion on something somewhere?
You know what's I was talking to someone earlier this week or late last week about the movie Fight Club, and I was like, I wasn't like overtly going, yeah, that movie sucked ass. But I was just like, yeah, it was okay. I figured it out.
But you spoke about Fight Club.
I made the mistake of breaking the first rule, don't talk about Fight Club. And I basically just said I wasn't into it, and I was willing to give it another try 25 years later. And I watched it last night, and after I was done watching, I go, wow, this my opinion of this movie hasn't changed. I still don't think it's great. You know, I said, yeah, it's kind of a dumb movie. I don't know what... I don't understand the point of this movie because it's just a bunch of dudes like beating on each other, and, you know, beating each other up for whatever reason. And apparently the book is way better and it makes more sense because it's about these other things. And I'm like, that's not at all what I got from watching the movie.
I was gonna say, if you don't know what it's about, ask ChatGPT. It'll give you a novel on what the novel is about or the movie.
And because I said it was a dumb movie, knowing that this person was like their favorite movie of all time, was downright disrespectful. And I'm like, I wasn't talking about you as a person. I said this movie wasn't great.
And you said, I think it's a dumb movie. Like, you literally even put it in those terms. And you're like, maybe I just didn't, maybe I didn't get the subtext. Like,
I mean, and I was in the middle of typing.
It's reasonable.
I was in the middle of typing out. I just didn't get the subtext if there was any beyond the Tyler Durden is actually Ed Norton, and
right.
I was like, you gotta keep in mind the people that hyped this movie were like, man, this is the greatest movie ever. It's a huge mindfuck. It will screw with your head, man. And I watched it.
Well, that's
what.
It's like with Rick and Morty. It's like I enjoy Fight Club and I enjoy Rick and Morty. It's their fans that kind of ruin the experience.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know. I haven't really dealt with Rick and Morty fans, so I don't really know. But I was just like the only other person who have said this to, and they like got angry with me. Like, you just don't understand it because you don't like thinker movies. It's like, that's not true. I just don't like fucking boring movies. And my ADHD is such that if you don't grab me and get my brain engaged, I'm not gonna like your movie. Period. I'm sorry. If it's a thinker movie, air quotes. What was to think about? It was guys beating each other up. I mean, was there supposed to be some sort of hidden meaning behind all that? If there was, hello, I'm ADHD. That kind of shit doesn't work on me. To quote fucking dude from the Phantom Menace. It's No, it just I don't understand how that is cool. You know, being the skinny kid in school and who got beat up on a regular basis by bullies, fighting other guys is not something I ever wanted to do or ever did on I never fought anyone for the purpose of beating somebody up. I fought someone because they wanted to kill me or wanted to beat me up.
Oh, who was that?
People from
Was that in high school?
people from high school. So I don't even know their names now. I mean, I can see their faces in my mind's eye, but fuck that guy. But yeah, no, I just it was never a movie I was into.
Well, the thing that really got me about the interaction was just that it's like, regardless of what your opinion was or what the quality of the movie is in anybody's mind, you were just expressing an opinion on the internet on your own Facebook page.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and it's like to come back with such a rip off, like with like ripping your head off, like trying to act like you were being somehow inappropriate, just even giving an opinion on a film on a 25-year-old movie.
Well, the thing is, that was like her favorite book of all time. She's read that book more times than
Who is she to you, if you don't mind saying?
she's somebody I met through Facebook dating. We've been
Oh,
talking
okay.
for the past couple weeks. She seemed like a pretty. I mean, she also has ADHD, so also struggles with the same things I struggle with. So
But maybe there's a little underlying tension there.
I think she was. I think she felt attacked because I didn't like this movie she loves. I was like, if you hated Star Wars, I wouldn't care. I would be bummed out.
Maybe,
I wouldn't. I would be bummed that you don't like Star Wars. And I'm
yes.
not likely going to be able to watch it with you ever. But I'm not going to be all like, oh my god, you fucking hate me because you don't like this movie that I love. So.
Yeah, I mean, people do become attached to their media in
Dude,
perhaps inappropriate ways.
I thought that Ghostbusters fans and fucking not Transformers, Star Wars and Star Trek fans were fucking toxic. Oh my god! I
Well,
mean,
hey, give me your opinion on Top Gun.
Top Gun is okay. I keep in mind that when that movie was in theaters, I didn't get to see it in theaters because my mom and sister went without me because apparently it was not a movie you want to see with your younger sibling. And my mom doesn't like seeing
Oh,
my mom didn't like seeing movies more than once. So she wouldn't
uh,
take me to see it. I
oh,
wanted to see it because it was the movie everyone was talking about,
of
and
course.
it had jets in it. So therefore, I'm an 8-year-old kid, and I'm like, yeah, jets are cool. I wanted to see it. I didn't see it until it came out on DVD, which was like,
On DVD, so like the late '90s, early
yeah,
2000s.
something like that. I never watched it on VHS. It was like, what's the fucking point of watching it on a little 13-inch TV when I could have seen it in the
Oh,
theater? I
well, I
mean,
tell you what, you missed.
oh,
If you had gotten,
I've seen it since then. I've even seen
oh
the
no,
sequel.
I mean specifically by not watching the VHS.
Oh,
So what you missed, and maybe you've seen it since then in another format, but one of the most famous Pepsi commercials of all time was at the lead-in of the Top Gun
are
movie.
you talking about the motorcycle racing the plane?
No, it's like a guy's got a glass bottle of Pepsi, and he's flying a fighter jet, and he's got a glass bottle of Pepsi in his hold in like a cup holder in his plane.
Oh,
But he gets the lid off, but he can't get the soda out of the holder. So he goes inverted and has the soda pour out of his glass, out of the glass bottle into
oh
his
my
cup.
god.
but it's all shot like Top Gun. So it's like it has to be one of the most expensive ads ever made.
That sounds fucking ridiculous.
I loved it as a kid.
Sorry, I don't mean to shit on it, but it sounds really
Do you remember that though? Like when I was a kid, a lot of VHS movies would have advertisements at the lead-in.
um.
Like my Ninja Turtles movie had the Pizza
Like
Hut
when you
ad.
rented the video had a commercial at the
These
beginning.
these are the ones I owned, but yeah.
I think so. I don't remember too much. I think I probably skipped.
Maybe it wasn't done that much. Maybe it was just like
It may have
a
been. It
brief
may have
thing
been
they did.
something that was done in like the '90s because there was a huge period of time where I didn't rent movies on VHS very often, or if I did,
Yeah, and this would have been early '90s, late
it would
'80s.
have it would have been like older movies that had been around for a decade or more, and those wouldn't have probably had it. So I never saw that if they did it. So, but yeah, no, it was. I was
Now
like,
we get ads in front of our movies at the theaters.
I mean, we've always had the ads at the beginning, like. But are you talking about like before the trailers, the advertisements?
I'm talking about advertisements, not trailers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about movie
Yeah, I
previews. I'm
mean
talking about
that's.
like product advertisements.
I think
It's,
that's definitely been a thing since like the probably late '90s. I mean
I mean,
the ads
it
before the
certainly
trailers.
started to trickle in sometime around there, if not
Yeah,
early
I
2000s.
think maybe one or two. I think I started noticing them when Regal became a brand. I think I don't remember what they were before Regal, but I remember because they would have like the roller coaster ad before the trailers, where you ride the roller coaster into the theater.
They still have a version of that.
No, yeah, no, they still do. In fact, I have
It's my favorite part.
I have the earliest copy of that on my computer. For my Plex server, you can set up pre-rolls. So if I'm watching a movie, it will play the pre-rolls, and then it'll play a trailer, and then it'll start the movie.
I like to set up other sorts of pre-rolls.
Yeah. But yeah. Hey, since we're using Discord, you can play with the sound effect things too, right?
Oh yeah, I can. Do we do one of the get one of these?
There you go.
Or should it have been more like this?
I guess it depends on how good or bad the joke was.
Look out, people! I've got access to 6 different sound effects.
You can add more to it, though. I think you can actually.
I'm
upload
sure
your
there
own
is.
sounds to it as well.
Because I can search for the perfect sound. What would be the perfect sound right now?
The perfect sound. I guess it depends on what you'd want to use it for. If it's like a rim shot sound effect or.
I can only search between these 6.
Oh, okay. Well, you would have to
I have to add more.
You'd have to add
Yeah.
your own sound effects. I mean, I have on the board. I have a bunch that I actually have all of those on the Google Drive. If you want to use any of those, I have like the George Takei's "Oh My," and I have Jabba the Hutt laughing, "Hoo hoo hoo," and I have a bunch of others. And I got some that are like,
Oh, I need to upload them one at a time, though, don't I?
yeah, you can't just do a.
We'll do that some other time. I just started trying.
Yeah. Can you see me okay? Because it looks this angle of me is really dark for some reason, and I don't think I have enough light in my room right now.
There we go.
I'm really dark.
You look kind of like a glowing face. It looks fine. Like your face is all there.
Yeah. So.
I'm eating. Please don't do that again. So, do we have anybody watching?
Not really. No.
Do we have the ticker scrolling?
We have the ticker scrolling, and the phone number if people want to call in is 425-243-7571, and I have to grab my phone and make sure that it is enabled so people can call in. I don't know why I'm singing the theme to Jurassic Park. All right, so it is. My phone is now. That number is now should ring through if someone wants to call in. You'll hear
the phone line is live.
You can hear my phone going, dude. That's my ringtone right now. That one scene from Basketball where Trey Parker and Matt Stone are arguing and they have an entire argument just saying the word dude.
Oh, I didn't remember that until you just mentioned it. Like I was my brain was going to like, dude, where's my car?
Yeah, no, this was I think before Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think it's a funnier movie too. I think.
The Dude, Where's My Car was kind of like of its moment, and I kind of hated it. Like I think I might enjoy it more now, just for the nostalgia than I did at the time, because I kind of hated on it at the time.
Well, I mean, I watched it and going, well, they recycled a bunch of jokes halfway through the movie. Like in the beginning of the movie, it's like, dude, you have a tattoo. What? And the whole thing back and forth. They did that 3 times, I think, during the movie. And the second and third time, I'm like, oh my god, you guys, the joke wasn't funny the first time. Why are we doing this again?
We thought we had 30 seconds of fun, and we were just going to repeat it as many times as possible.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, the movie was fun. it was entertaining to a degree, but overall, it's forgettable. That's like that and then are the only two things I remember from that movie. And then no, I didn't.
And yeah, that's pretty much I think that's what everybody remembers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know we don't have anybody watching just yet, but should we go ahead and get started talking some election talk? That is what we're gathered here for. And in case you're wondering, we didn't mention it yet, but Brandon is out sick tonight. We wish Brandon well. Hope he gets well soon. But he's been a little under the weather, so he's on the desert. He's on the DL for the week.
Okay, folks, I just realized we were probably having some echo. I apologize. I think I have it fixed now. Go ahead and say something, Doug.
Echo.
No echoes that time. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, I had a cool effect on me. It sounds like. What I was just saying is that Brandon is out sick today, and we wish him well. Hope he gets well soon, and fully expect him back next week.
He sounds like he's got himself a pretty severe headache. So yeah, get well, dude.
I was dealing with a headache all day from yesterday until about 3 p.m. today. My head was killing me. So
Oh, God,
hopefully,
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, I got out and about, got down to soccer practice with my kids, and then back here. So elections. I'm in Kitsap County, and here in Washington State. Todd's over in King County, which is the seat of the state where Seattle and
that's
all,
the county
most
Seattle's
of the people
in.
live. Yeah, most of the people. So I actually have my ballot right here. I figured I'd just take a look at it and go over it here live on the air. Official Washington State ballot. If you're not from our state, we get these mailed to us. All you have to do is register, and it comes mailed to you as long as you stay active voting. And it's a great system. It just gets mailed right to your house. You can do it in the privacy of your own home. You can talk over issues with your family if that's the kind of family you are, or you can all still do your ballots as privately as you'd like to do. And then you just drop it you can mail it, or you can just drop it in a box. Usually there's a fire station or a library near your house, and you can drop it right in there. Comes with a nice safety slip for returning your envelope. Well, that's the return envelope. That's the safety slip.
I love how I do that. Edit. Here we go. I can edit that shit. I typed in a message and then I fucked up the URL. Here we go.
Ooh, and here's the ballot instructions and the ballot. It says, unfold this page to access your ballot. Your ballot is on another page. Sorry, Mario, but your ballot is on another page.
Your princess
Follow
is another castle.
Follow the instructions below and contact us should you have any questions. And then there's a nice I voted sticker, which technically I have access to, even if I decided not to vote right now. So I could be a fraudulent non-voter. Voter fraud. He said he voted, but he didn't.
I don't think that's how that works, man. I mean, you can say you voted all you want. If you didn't do it, that's not a big deal. But if you voted using somebody else's information, that's where it's a problem, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it says, and this is the Washington 2025 primary. In each race, you may vote for one candidate listed. Oh, but I want everyone to win. That's not true. The two candidates who receive the most votes in the primary will advance to the general election. So we do kind of what they might call a jungle-style primary here, where it's technically a nonpartisan. There's not a Republican or a Democratic primary. It's an open primary where the top two vote getters proceed to the finals at the general election. I'm not a huge fan of the open primary, to be honest. I think parties should be able to nominate who they want to nominate.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I am in favor of ranked choice voting and all that jazz, which would kind of render.
We've been talking about that for the past couple of weeks, and I think the first time I heard about it was back in 2016, and I have to admit I'm surprised we don't do that here. So.
Yeah, the reason we don't do it here is because we have one party rule. And if you're not ever worried about being in a competitive election, you don't want to go to ranked choice. You're only going to get a state agreeing to ranked choice if both sides kind of feel like, oh, we might benefit from this.
Yeah.
And then the back side of this thing is a list of ballot drop boxes in Kitsap County, and there's some vote centers down below. Mine is in Port Orchard and here in town, which is nice. So that's the ballot instruction page. And now we've got the ballot itself. Chock full of things to vote on here. We've got a 1, a 2,
3.
a 2. 2 items. Do you remember what yours was? Todd already turned his ballot in. Like a good boy, he didn't wait for the night before the election.
I don't remember what I marked. I probably marked either people I knew names of or just whoever the Democrat was.
And you were voting via King County and Renton specifically, right?
Yeah.
In Washington.
Where they do Renton
all right.
is where they do all the counting for the state, right? All the votes come into that Renton building.
Oh, do they?
I believe so.
I did not. It would be for the county, not for the state.
Oh, maybe it is just the county, but never mind.
The county election board for King County may be in Renton. But okay, item number 1. So this is kind of a big one. This is something that got brought up in local Facebook groups and stuff. But it's a local measure. It is Kitsap County Rural Library District, DBA Kitsap Regional Library, Prop 1. So it's a regular property tax levy lid lift for support of public library services. So it's a levy to lift the lid, to lift the current lid on public library services. So it goes on to say, the Board of Trustees of Kitsap Regional Library adopted Resolution 2025/03 concerning its regular property tax levy. This proposition authorizes an increase to the district's levy from 27 cents to 39 cents per $1,000 of assessed valuation to be collected in 2026. This funding is necessary to sustain public library operations and services. The new levy amount would be used to compute the limitations for subsequent levies as provided by Chapter RCW 8455, should this proposition be approved. So this is a topic. A lot of people on Facebook trying to say that there's no reason to give the library more money. They can simply focus on what they do best and streamline services and just cut out stuff that costs money to do.
Right.
The reason they need more money is because costs of everything are up. Things were never adjusted correctly following COVID, and just the cost of everything. If you work in sales at all, you know the cost of everything is up. So it only makes sense. I don't see how you're doing yourself any good by limiting or keeping a lid on public services, especially a library. Libraries do so much for the community, but particularly focused on those that don't have the private means to do things for themselves that are necessary to getting jobs and keeping jobs, like accessing email, like having a LinkedIn profile, the internet in general. A library is a place where a lot of homeless people, it's the only place a lot of homeless people can get computer access, can print a resume.
Right.
There's absolutely no reason to put a lid on it. Every argument, and again, the guy that's always posted stuff in my politics group trying to talk down any tax increase. He has the exact same message every freaking time. And it always has to do around, well, this could inhibit people from, things are already tight, and this could inhibit people from doing things. And it's always about what it could maybe slippery slope, maybe, what it could, woulda, shoulda. He never actually talks about what is actually happening and what we actually will do with the money. And for me, this is a really easy yes. I don't know if it's going to pass out here, but I am absolutely voting yes for the lifting the lid on the tax levy.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
I mean, we're talking 12 cents per $1,000 per every $1,000 of value if you're a property owner. Keeping in mind you're already a property owner, you're already owning property in this area. Like, you're doing fine. This 12 cents per $1,000 is not going to be the difference in anything, not even a meal. You're not going to decide you can't go to have a nice dinner. You have to do one less nice dinner. You're not going to do any of that. Okay. And then we have an office. So this is the Legislative District 26 State Senator for a 1-year unexpired term. There's Michelle Caldier, who prefers the Republican Party, and Deb Krishnadasan, who prefers the Democratic Party. Deb is currently the state senator. I will absolutely vote for her again. I've actually reached out to her before to discuss other issues that we've been voting on, and she's actually responded to me and given me her feedback and was extremely engaging with me. So she's absolutely got my vote.
What was her name?
Deb, D-E-B, so Deb, and then Krishnadasan, Krishnadasan. I believe she is Indian American.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that sounds very, very.
It's got Krishna in her name.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was what kind of gave it away for me that she's East Indian.
And then the back is intentionally left blank. If I ever got a tattoo, that's probably what it would say, is this spot intentionally left blank. I'm not a tattoo guy. Okay, so fold up our ballot.
I've been wanting to get another tattoo for fucking ever, but I've either been too broke or didn't have an artist that I would trust to put ink on me.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I definitely know people that I could get a good artist if I really had something I wanted to be done. And to be honest, if I ever was to get a tattoo, it would be like children's names or deceased pet memorial or something like that.
You wouldn't get like like a logo of like a favorite toy brand or anything like that.
I like I could see myself maybe getting like a UW tattoo, but even that I'm like I don't need to do that. Like I have other ways to display that sort of fandom.
I mean, if you're purple and gold, you should at least have a husky tattoo.
You would think, but I've never been a tattoo guy. I've never wanted to do a permanent mark on my body, which is unfortunate because I'm covered in permanent marks now, mostly stretch. But I just never wanted to. Like, I also didn't like when guys would like bleach their hair blonde in high school. Like, I'm like, that's not your natural hair color.
Yeah. I've always thought people that had like unnatural hair colors were kind of neat. I've always wanted to do that myself, but was always too afraid to mess up and have like.
It's always been too attention getting for me. It's like I don't want people looking at me. I'm already embarrassed about how I look. Don't look at me.
Yeah. Well, see, I think people that do that are trying to take take control of how people look at them. I think that's a good way of doing it. If you're doing it to bring attention to yourself, you're not doing it accidentally. Like, you're an awkward person, or
Right.
you're a husky little boy, kind of thing. But yeah, I always admired people that could do that, and I just never was able to do it. And I tried, and the one time I colored my hair, it was like jet black. I mean, I have dark brown hair, but it was never black.
I have to admit, like one time in like 7th grade, we did crazy hair day, and I still had hair at that time, and I put it into little spikes, and I did the tips red, and it actually looked fucking sweet.
Well,
And like girls actually commented on it. They're like, "Doug, that looks really good." Like that was the first time I'd gotten like a positive physical comment. A positive comment on my physical look was when I had the red tips. But the hair's gone. There's no dream to revive there. So
yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, dude. Look at me. I mean, it's yeah, no, my hair decided to leave my scalp in the mid 2000s, and then It's just slowly been coming. This area up here has been becoming even bigger and bigger. It started in the back and moved its way forward, actually.
Right on. Yeah, it's. I know how it is. I know it happened real young for me. Um, so, anyways, just to wrap this up real quick, ballot goes in the protective sleeve. Protective sleeve goes in the envelope. There's a nice little sticky tab, so you don't have to lick anything. Seals up just like any other letter. If I was mailing this, I would put my return address on here just in case something went wrong. But I'm not mailing it, so I'm just dropping it off, so that's not necessary. And then I gotta sign the back. So I sign it. And today is 8/4/25. And just in case there's a problem with my ballot, I am going to put my email on here. That way, if there's a problem with anything, they can contact me and I can cure my ballot. And cure it means whatever you did wrong, you had a stray mark that the computer didn't like, you forgot to sign it. They'll contact you and let you know you can fix it. Of course, I can't imagine someone putting their email on here, but also forgetting to sign it. But I'm sure it happens. So there you have it, completed ballot for Kitsap County.
I always sign it, but I don't always put my email down just because.
It's optional. It's purely
Yeah,
optional. Yeah.
I know.
And yes, you will get contacted by campaign stuff if you put your number or email there.
Oh, I just remembered something that happened this last week. I finally got a jury summons in my 53 years of life. This is the first.
That's your first one?
First one ever.
I've had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I've had to serve on one jury, and then I've had one other time where I had to go but didn't get selected for a case. And then I want to say I've had even another time where I just had to call in, and there wasn't a case, so I was good to go.
Yeah. No, I put down that I think because of my issues, I may not be a good choice for it. So hopefully they'll read and go, oh, okay, well, thanks for letting us know. Hopefully that's the case, and I don't have to do it. Because if nothing else, my old man bladder is going to cause problems. I'll be like, can I use the bathroom again? You just used it half an hour ago. I know, I have to pee again.
Well, I know you can automatically defer it at least once.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
And that'll buy you at least 6 months. But yeah, I don't know if a small bladder is going to get you out of it.
Well, that's not what I put in the thing. It's like I'm just gonna say that would be another thing that'll probably annoy the hell out of them because he has to go pee every 30 minutes.
Because you are technically disabled.
Yeah.
Or on, you're at least on yeah.
I'm on disability, so yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder how that works.
I want to work. I because of like the possibility of one of those meltdowns. That's why I don't work. I don't. I'm not. If I'm stressed out or I feel like I'm being cornered, I get a little defensive and get very intense. Yes, I know. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's. So that did our portion of Kitsap. Let's take a look over at Seattle elections. See if there's anything we can kind of talk about. The biggest one in Seattle, meaning King County, but Seattle in particular, is the mayoral race. So the mayoral primary is tomorrow. The current mayor, Bruce Harrell, we've talked about him, and we've talked about Katie Wilson, who is challenging him. She's received a number of endorsements from union groups, and including groups that had supported Harrell in the last election. are now supporting her, and Katie Wilson is running a great campaign and has a lot of momentum. So we are definitely hoping that Katie Wilson will be at least one of the top two for the Seattle primary. We fully expect Bruce Harrell to be the other one, so it's either number 2 or nothing probably for Katie. And if she comes out on top in the primary, that's going to be an incredible sign for the general election. It would be somewhat, maybe not as surprising, so it's probably more likely than Zoran Mamdani winning the New York primary. So that's what we're looking at in Seattle. If you're in Seattle and listening to this and you haven't cast your ballot yet, vote Katie Wilson for mayor.
Yeah, what
Well,
Doug said.
and we'll have more stuff for the general election because there will be a lot more stuff on the ballot. I'm right now. I'm just kind of trying to find a list of stuff on the ballot for King County. If I don't live in King County anymore, I don't get that information sent to me. And this is just a calendar of election dates. Okay. Nice try.
Okay.
Let's go King County, Seattle, primary ballot 2025. And this is just a calendar of election dates. All right, so there's, throughout Seattle, we've got legislative district number 5, which is the state senator spot. We would endorse Victoria Hunt. I'm only going with the competitive districts right now.
Okay.
Legislative district number 33, which is state representative position number 1. In this case, there's Kevin Schilling and Edwin Obras. Either one, let's see. Edwin is an MPA from Northeastern and a BA from the University of Washington. He's a former chair, CTAC Human Services Advisory Committee. He's an advocate for affordable housing, workers' rights, and public safety. So he says in his first session, he fought to lift wages and improve working conditions, limited rent increases, led and built affordable housing. He'll build on this record with K-12 education funding, transportation and transit investments, affordable child care, rapid building housing, and support our small businesses. He's endorsed by the State Labor Council, Washington Education Association, Washington Conservation Action, Planned Parenthood, Fair Vote, Tina Orwell, Mia Gregerson, Mohammed Egal, John Boyd, Sarah Moore, and more. So that sounds like he may be the incumbent. He was appointed in 2024.
Okay.
That definitely sounds like a solid choice. The other Democrat in the race is Kevin Schilling. He's AmeriCorps COVID-19 Emergency Response, Greater Seattle Business Association Policy Board, Southbound Chamber of Commerce Coalition Legislative Affairs Board. He's part of the Seattle Opera Bravo Council and Sons of the American Revolution. So to me, that resume sounds like he's kind of the neoliberal choice, if that's the way you wanted to go. Definitely business friendly. You don't like to see somebody on the Chamber of Commerce. It's just the Chamber of Commerce is basically Reaganism, is just in support of crushing government and supporting businesses. He says that he's running to fix corporate monopolies and out-of-touch politicians, but I guess he was the mayor of Burien.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's something you want to put on your resume.
Yeah, I mean that's like saying you're the mayor of Kent or even Linwood.
I'm the king of Poop Island.
Poop Island.
So my endorsement would definitely go to Edwin Obras for state rep position number 1. Legislative District 34, State Senator Emily Alvarado running unopposed. District 34, Brianna K. Thomas running unopposed. Legislative District number 41, we've got two Democrats again, Vanita Kack and Janice Zahn. Vanita has no applicable elected experience. She's a retired banking professional. She has an MBA in business admin from Texas Tech and a BS in accounting from San Jose State. She's the planning commissioner of Newcastle since 2024. And it looks like she moved up here recently because in 2012 to 2013, she was a member of the San Jose Women's Club.
Okay.
So again, more of a neoliberal, business-friendly type of Democrat there. And then Janice Zahn, her elected experience is state representative. So she's the incumbent here, I think. Her committees are local government, housing, capital budget, and transportation. She was also a Bellevue council member from 2017 to 2025. Other professional experience, was the chief engineer and public works construction manager at the Port of Seattle, and a structural engineer at Berger Abum Engineers. So she's definitely a big brain. She has a BS and MS in civil engineering and executive master of public administration from the UW. And she's got a long list of community service. And she's been serving as our appointed representative. And she's been endorsed by the firefighters, the teachers, Planned Parenthood, State Labor Council, Building Trades, Washington Conservation Action, 41st and King County Democrats, Governor Bob Ferguson, Senator Lisa Wellman, Representative Miley Tai, Congressman Adam Smith, Congresswoman Susan Delbene, Congressmember Claudia Balducci, mayors and council members from Bellevue, Mercer Island, Issaquah, Sammamish, Newcastle, and more. So sounds like Janice Zahn is the obvious choice there.
Sounds like it, yeah.
And then in Legislative District number 48, State Senator Amy Whalen versus Vandana Slatter, both Democrats. And that's the same one place. There we go. Amy Whalen is the current state representative, and she was Kirkland mayor from 2014 to 2018, and a Kirkland city council member from 2009 to 2019. She has over 20 years experience as an owner and executive in her family business. She went to University of Queensland Law School and has a Bachelor's of Arts Political Science from Queensland.
Queensland?
Queensland Law School.
I was gonna say, does she mean she's Australian?
I don't know. Possibly.
Queensland?
I spent the past 15 years earning the trust of 48th district voters, first as council member and mayor, and now as your state representative. I'm running for state senate because the district deserves proven, accessible leadership, someone who listens, shows up, and delivers real results. She's a small business owner, mom, and cancer survivor. This is a moment to demonstrate see accountability experience. People trust me, Democrats, labor unions, and small business owners. She claims that, but she doesn't list her endorsements. She also does sound like she's more of the business-friendly Democratic type. And then Vandana Slatter, she is the senator from the 48th LD, so she is the incumbent. She's the vice chair for Environment, Energy, Technology Committee, member of Health, Long-Term Care, Higher Education, Workforce Development Committees, co-chair of Science, Innovation, Technology Caucus. She's a 20-plus year medical scientist and leading biotechnology companies, including Amgen and Genentech. Doctor of Pharmacy, UW, Master of Public Administration, UW, Bachelor's of Science from UBC. She is endorsed by King County, 48th Democrats, State Labor Council, Washington Education Association, conservation voters, Planned Parenthood advocates, nurses, Senate leaders Peterson, Digra, and Senate colleagues, Insurance Commissioner, former 48th Senator Cutterer, Congresswoman Randall, Treasurer Pellicciati, Governor Locke, Councilmember Balducci, Redmond, Bellevue, Kirkland mayors, and more. So again, this is another slam dunk one for Vandana Slatter, endorsed by all the important people. Pretty much anytime you see the League of Conservation Voters and Planned Parenthood both endorsing the same candidate, that is a pretty good candidate to pick.
Okay.
And then, last but not least, we have Legislative District number 48, State Rep position number 1. So this is what Vandana, or perhaps this is what Amy vacated to take on Vandana for State Senate. So we got Ranga Bandana and Osman Salahuddin. Those are your Democratic choice. Osman, I've liked him. He's a state representative of the 48th LD. He's also a Redmond City Council member. He has a BS in neurobiology and an English minor from UW. He's endorsed by Maria Cantwell, Susan Del Bene, Governor Bob Ferguson, County Council member Claudia Balducci, mayors of Redmond, Bellevue, and Kirkland, 48 Democrats, Washington Education Association, State Labor Council, Redmond Firefighters, Association of Washington Business, Planned Parenthood Alliance, and more. So I think that's definitely my choice there. Would be Osman Salahuddin. But Ranga, he is not a career politician. He's a neighbor, a father, and someone who has lived the journey of struggle, perseverance, and hope. He has a master's degree in computer applications. Does not say from where. And he has led a local nonprofit that focuses on arts, culture, volunteering, and most importantly, bringing people together. So he says he meets all the legal requirements for office and is committing to serving with integrity and transparency. I don't think this guy's going to win. Best of luck to him. But again, our choice for Legislative District 48, State Rep position number 1 is Osman Salahuddin. And that's that is your primary candidates for King County. That's all we really need to go over for now. The only other thing before we get to some geek stuff, Todd, is I did, and maybe we'll talk about this with Brandon a little more next week, but have you heard about what's going on with Texas and their plan, Trump's request to redistrict it?
Yeah, I heard something about it, but I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, so.
So, traditionally, you're aware of what the census is?
Yeah, it's where they figure out how many people are in the country, and they use that for reasons. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. In a very generic way, that's spot on. The census, and you know how often it happens?
What, every 7 years, something like that?
It's every 10 years typically on the 10 years, so like 2010, 2020, 2030.
Okay.
These are all census years. Typically what happens is they do the census and then they redistrict. Each state redistricts based on this new census data.
Okay.
So we have this many more people here, this many more people there. Redraw the maps a little bit so that everything stays even. And in more recent years, the Supreme Court has gutted the Voting Rights Act and basically allowed states to gerrymander at will. They said you can't gerrymander for racial reasons, but you can gerrymander for political reasons. You can gerrymander because you want to get more of your voters into your district, but you can't gerrymander based on race. That would be wrong.
And of course they're doing
so all you have to do is say, I'm not doing it because they're black, I'm doing it because they're Democrats. Oh, well, that's legal then.
Of course.
Yeah. So what's happened here is so every 10 years, take a census, redistrict. Typically speaking, whatever party is in control of the state, of a given state at the time of redistricting, controls the redistricting. Some states have introduced legislation that their redistricting is controlled by an independent commission, but those are all Democrat states that do that. Republican states just gerrymander the hell out of their state every 10 years if they have control. For this in 2010 and 2020, Republicans, GOP donors had a massive campaign at state levels to take over as many state houses as they could. That was 2010 is when they really did it during Obama. And because of that, they actually got to control a lot of state houses and, like, to the best of their ability, permanently gerrymandered all these Republican states, and they've held Republican control ever since. So Texas is one of these states. Texas is already gerrymandered to all get out. But Trump said, Governor Abbott, the governor of Texas, he called them up and he said, I want 5 more seats out of Texas, and I want them in the next election. I want you to do a mid-decade redistricting right now and draw it so that we get 5 more Republican seats out of Texas, because that'll pretty much make it impossible for the Democrats to win the House in 2026.
Oh, okay.
And the reason they're doing this is because the tradition for our entire lives is that presidents lose their first midterm. The first midterm after a presidential election always goes against the party in power. So Trump is trying to block or ebb that flow as to what degree he can and keep Republicans in power so that his plan can keep going into effect. Because right now, the only thing saving Trump is the fact that Republicans control Congress.
Yeah.
Even if the Democrats didn't take back the Senate, they'd be able to impeach Trump and force a trial if they have the House. And that's what's going to happen if the Democrats do take back the House. Get ready for another impeachment, which they have to do. They can't allow what Trump's done to go unimpeached. It would be too much of a precedent.
Is that where Marjorie Taylor Greene is talking about her peach tree dishes?
Maybe. Hey, she's being a little reasonable, which is scary. Like, that's scary when she's like one of the more reasonable people out there right now.
Right. I've been enjoying all these Hulk Hogan like remembrances, and they're all using her photo.
And
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm doing this without notes, so I'm just trying to fly off the top of my head. But because they want these 5 extra seats in the middle of the decade, and they're starting to do it. The wheels are in motion. It looks like they're literally going to do it. So what's happening right now is Texas Democrats, we're going to go to NPR for this story, Texas Democrats block GOP redistricting plan by fleeing the state. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, I have heard about that.
So from NPR, the Texas House of Representatives is at a standstill after Democrats fled the state over the weekend to prevent a vote on a bill to redraw Texas's congressional maps. The bill heavily favors Republicans with 5 new GOP-leading districts, something President Trump has openly advocated for. Republicans control the Texas House by a wide margin, but without Democrats present, their 88 members alone fall short of the 100-member quorum required to conduct business.
Okay.
To be absolutely clear, leaving the state doesn't stop this from happening. It just delays it, Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows told the members. He then asked for the chamber's doors to be locked and quickly passed a motion for the sergeant at arms to issue civil arrest warrants for the unexcused and absent House members. Did you catch that?
Even if I did, I don't understand.
So the Speaker of the Texas House had the doors to the chamber locked.
Oh.
And they passed a motion for the sergeant at arms to issue civil arrest warrants for the Democrats that fled the state.
Oh, that's kind of messed up. I don't think that's not legal, is it?
Well, after the failed House session, Governor Abbott said he had ordered the Texas Department of Public Safety to locate, arrest, and return to the House chamber any member who has abandoned their duty to Texans. Republican State Attorney General Ken Paxton, who is running for a U.S. Senate seat, said in a news release that the current legal framework allows for rogue lawmakers to be found, arrested, and brought back to the Capitol. Now, 2 Texas lawmakers attending the National Conference of State Legislatures, which is a legislative summit in Boston, spent Monday speaking to reporters and warning their colleagues in other states what may be coming for them too. It's Texas now, they said, but it's going to continue through the rest of the states, and it's going to kill our democracy. So that was Representative Ana Hernandez. So what she's referring to now is that in response to this Texas move, California and New York have indicated that they are willing to do the same thing in favor of the Democrats in their states. Newsom in California is a lot more, how should I say, gung-ho about it. He definitely sounds like he's definitely more blustering about it, whereas Catherine Hochul in New York has been more like, I think I heard somebody on YouTube today say that she's open to the idea of being open to the idea.
Open to the idea. It's funny.
Of being open to the idea. So here's from The Hill. The redistricting arms race is on. Texas Democrats. I tell you what. Texas Democrats fled the state over the weekend to delay a vote on the state's GOP redrawn maps, which are meant to give Republicans an advantage in the 2026 midterm election. The Lone Star State has become ground zero in the redistricting wars, but Democratic lawmakers from California to New York are promising to retaliate with their own gerrymanders, firing the starting pistol on a race that could determine which party controls Congress for the remainder of Trump's term. In Texas, the legal threats are flying, as state Republicans prepare to vote on a redrawn map that can help them win an additional 5 House seats in next year's election. Texas Democratic lawmakers fled to Illinois, New York, and Massachusetts, all states run by Democratic governors, as they seek to deprive the Texas legislature of a quorum needed to vote on the new maps before the end of the 30-day special session. The Texas legislature is scheduled to reconvene on Monday at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern, but they will be short of a quorum by more than 50 Democrats. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he'll attempt to have the missing Democrats removed from office, citing a legal opinion by his attorney general, Ken Paxton, who is running for the U.S. Senate, like we just mentioned. This truancy ends now, Abbott declared in a letter to the Democrats. Abbott and Paxton are also threatening the missing lawmakers with felony charges if they raise money to cover the 500 daily fines they'll incur for missing the special legislative session. Felony charges if they raise money to cover their fines. Like, that's insane. Considering especially that Trump and all Republicans raise money off every little thing any Democrat ever does. Right. There's Democrats breathing in your town. Donate to me now.
Send me
so the Democrats are digging in.
I'll give you this $2 pocket watch. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But the Democrats are digging in. Come and take it, Texas House Democratic Caucus Chair Gene Wu said on CNN, calling Abbott's threats all bluster. Sound and fury signifying nothing, Wu said. Some Democrats are holed up in Illinois, which the Princeton Gerrymandering Project gave a grade of F for having one of the worst gerrymanders in the country. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, a potential 2028 presidential contender, is assisting the Texas Democrats. We're going to do everything we can to protect every single one of them, Pritzker said. It's Ken Paxton who doesn't follow the law. It's the leaders of Texas who are attempting not to follow the law, Pritzker added. They're the ones that need to be held accountable. In New York, Governor Kathy Hochul held a press conference with some of the Texas Democrats who traveled to her state. This is a war. We are at war, Hochul said, and that's why the gloves are off, and I say, bring it on.
Bring it.
Democratic leaders are promising to redraw their own maps, only their hands are tied in some cases. The Hill's Jared Gans reports that Democrats are hamstrung by their own recent push to use independent redistricting commissions, which we talked about, taking the issue out of the hands of state lawmakers. The movement to set up nonpartisan commissions for redistricting caught steam over the last decade, with Democrats at the forefront of the movement. Many in the party argued the commissions were essential to ensuring fair elections at a time when gerrymandering has led to fewer and fewer competitive contests on the federal level. To illustrate that point, one of the last midterm elections we had, Democrats got like 5 million more votes across the country, but Republicans still held the House because things were that poorly gerrymandered. Mm. So New York uses an independent commission. If Hochul hopes to amend the state constitution to change that, it would have to be passed in 2 consecutive sessions, which would miss the 2026 election. We're also going to look at litigation strategies, Hochul said. We're in close conversations about options, and so I would say this, we're considering all options right now. We talked about Governor Gavin Newsom in California. California also uses an independent commission, although the governor there says he's looking for a workaround that could bring a new map straight to voters to approve in a special election. Apparently he spoke earlier today at 1 o'clock our time, 4 Eastern.
Yeah.
Other states are joining the redistricting frenzy. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is considering a mid-decade redistricting push, so that would be back in the Republicans' favor in Florida. Senator Cory Booker told CNN his state must act to blunt the impact of Texas's maps. We need to win in the midterm. If they're going to do something to their congressional seats, we need to look at our ways of doing that. The sad thing is, if every state did their maximum to gerrymander, the Republicans would end up netting more, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Representative Kevin Kiley from California said he plans to introduce legislation that would ban all mid-decade redistricting efforts nationwide and nullify any new maps approved before the 2030 census. Congress has the ability to protect California voters using its authority under the Elections Clause of the U.S. Constitution, Kiley said. This will also stop a damaging redistricting war from breaking out across the country. So that's where we are. I mean, this is not many rungs shy of civil war. Because if it was the other way around, if it was Democrats doing this to ensure that Republicans could never have power again, there would be civil war.
Yeah,
like the Democrats wouldn't do it because they would be legitimately afraid that Republican states are going to start attacking. Like if this was the other way around in any way, shape, or form, we'd be at civil war. So this is really, I mean, you think about, like, what if Texas sends state police to Illinois to try to arrest these Texas lawmakers, and then they get in a shootout with state police from Illinois?
Yeah.
Like, is that civil war? Are we officially there then?
I don't know.
So, I can't imagine they would ever do that. They would have some sort of administrative way of handling it, but it's right there. I mean, we're right there.
Yeah.
So with that precipice thus approached, how about we take a palate cleanser and get into some geeky or weird shit?
All right.
Welcome to What's Cheap This Week, your go-to for the coolest in pop culture, tech, and nerdy news. Let's dive in.
All right, so I managed to find a handful of things here. I just closed that out. I didn't mean to close that. What the hell? Oh, I know what I did. It is over here. I opened it in browser. All right. The first thing I have here, and I think we talked about this a couple weeks back, but it was only about the UK. But apparently in 2027, on the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, they were going to re-release in theaters the original theatrical print of the 1977 movie Star Wars. Not to be confused with the special edition, also known as A New Hope. It's going to be the original theatrical version of the movie. This is what it says here on StarWars.com. On April 30th, 2027, we'll celebrate the 50-year anniversary of Star Wars with a re-release of this 1977 classic back for a limited time in theaters everywhere. Part of Lucasfilm's year-long 50th anniversary celebration, Star Wars A New Hope will play in theaters on May 4th, on the May 4th holiday, also known as Star Wars Day. Switch your targeting computer and keep your eyes on StarWars.com for more details, including when, where to buy tickets in this once-in-a-generation event. I don't know about you, Doug, but I'm absolutely going to go see this movie in theaters. I got to see A New Hope come out in 99 or 98 or 97 thereabouts. And it was the special edition. I'm like, oh, this isn't nearly as great as I remember, but okay, this is kind of the same thing, right? But this is going to be the original theatrical print of the movie that came out. Oh, Doug disappeared. He'll be back. So yeah, I don't know. He disappeared. I don't know what happened to Doug. Welcome back, Doug. Hello?
Remind me never to shut my camera off during recording again, because turning it back on kicks me off.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Is it on? Oh, it's off. What's going on?
Your camera's off. Yeah, you should be able to turn your camera off. I don't know what you clicked on, but you didn't turn the camera off. You probably closed the app.
No, because most of that time I had the camera off and myself muted while I was talking while you were talking.
Oh, okay.
I was still here.
I don't know what happened, but you disappeared.
It's all frozen now.
It's all good. I can hear
I
you.
can't. I can't get back.
I can hear you. That's all that's important.
All right. All right. Well, keep
Uh,
going. I didn't mean to stop you.
so yeah, in 2027 on Star Wars Day, they're gonna re-release the theatrical version of Star Wars. This 1977 print of the movie is gonna be in theaters.
So
I
this
don't know,
isn't until next year.
next 2027, so 2 years.
Oh man, that's too far to tell me.
Yeah. No,
It's too far out to tell me.
I totally understand that. And I think they're doing it next year up in the UK, and I think in 2027 they're going to be doing it for the 50th anniversary. Um, so yeah. And then the next story I have here, what is this? Looks like there was Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which is the next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, is bringing back a major MCU favorite and a surprising villain too. The upcoming Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man: A Brand New Day, or Brand New Day, has gained two more Marvel Cinematic Universe characters. On Friday, two more additions to the ever-growing cast of the fourth Spider-Man movie were announced after quite a bit of fan speculation. It was confirmed that Mark Ruffalo is set to return as the Hulk in the upcoming movie. However, his addition is not the most surprising. It's the return of Michael Mando as Scorpion. That's the most surprising addition. News of the cast additions come after Marvel Studios and Sony shared an official first look at the new Spider-Man suit earlier in the day. Production is currently ramping up for the Tom Holland-led Spider-Man Brand New Day, with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton. I don't know what that beep was. Hopefully everything's still working. Yeah. Okay. Just I don't know what that sound was, but it derailed my train of thought. So Destin Daniel Cretton taking over directing duties from John Watts. The screenplay for this latest Spider-Man installment was penned by Spider-Man scribes Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers, who also worked on the previous three Spider-Man movies starring Holland prior to the confirmation of Mando's return as Scorpion. Images shared by Cretton's assistant hinted at the movie could also feature Boomerang, Tarantula, and Venom. It remains unclear if that will actually happen, especially as the film cast is already pretty stuffed. I don't know. I'm excited to see the next Spider-Man movie. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yeah, like he is Spider-Man. Like as far as I'm concerned, like
Like,
he's
he is
the first time I saw him. I'm like, this is it. This is the guy we've been waiting for.
right. That's kind of how I was too. And the next thing I have here is the Naked Gun reboot isn't necessarily a reboot. It's more of a sequel of sorts, because he's playing Frank Drebin Jr. He is not playing Frank Drebin, so he is playing the son of the original guy from the Police Squad movies, the Naked Gun 1 and 2 and 3, which all three of them, by the way, are on Tubi. Right, it's either Tubi or Pluto. It's on one of those free streaming sites. If you haven't seen those movies in a while, now you can watch them. They're also, I think, available on. I think it's on Paramount Plus, but it's probably better to get them on the free site. This is what it says here. Naked Gun fans get free streaming surprise alongside Liam Neeson's reboot. The highly anticipated reboot of Naked Gun starring Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson hits theaters this weekend, already rated fresh with a 90% Rotten Tomatoes score. The Akiva Schaffer-directed action comedy is the new must-watch hit of the summer, but fans are hoping to revisit the original films are in for a surprise. The trio of original Naked Gun movies released through the 80s and 90s is streaming, and if you don't need to shell out money for a subscription to watch them, the Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad from 1988, Naked Gun 2.5, and The Smell of Fear, and the third one, which is Naked Gun 33 and a third, The Final Insult, which came out in 94, are all now streaming on Pluto TV, Paramount's free ad-supported streaming TV service, just in time for the reboot's premiere. I don't know. I really like the original ones. I did, however, get to watch the new one the other night, and there was a scene in the movie where everyone's like looking at a photo of their dad and like, "Oh, I miss you, Dad," because Frank is talking to a photo of his dad, which is the original Frank, and then they show a guy like looking at a photo of O.J. Simpson's character, and he just looks at the camera and goes, "No." So I was like, that was good.
My fear with the new Naked Gun film is, yeah, I've seen the previews. I've heard positive reviews about it, but I just feel like it's gonna feel. I feel like even if it was perfect, it would still feel too much like, oh, they're trying to recapture the Naked Gun. Like it would. It's like maybe 10 years from now, I'll be able to watch it in retrospect and feel like it's old and like it. But for me, it's like Futurama. When Futurama came back after being canceled on Fox, when it came back on Comedy Central,
Right.
watching the new Futuramas,
The first
I
time
was
it came
like,
back, yeah.
yeah, I was like, there's something off. Like it doesn't feel like the old show exactly. It feels like it's trying to be the old show. And then now, when I go back and watch an old episode of Futurama, and I don't know what season I'm watching, I will think episodes from this era where I thought something was off. I'll be like, "Oh, that's a season 1 through 4. That's one of the original run episodes, isn't it?" And I'll be like, "No, that's like season 9. What?" And I'll be like, "It's just, so much of it has to do with perspective." And that's why I'm
Yeah.
afraid. Like, if I watch Naked Gun reboot right now, I'm just going to be going like, "Oh yeah, of course they did that."
I mean,
Like, "Oh, this is."
because it's Liam Neeson, I was kind of expecting them to throw in I don't have any money, but what I do have is a certain set of skills. And they did not use that line anywhere in the movie, although I was fully expecting him to do some variant on that line, and he didn't. And
I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad to hear they didn't.
yeah, I would have laughed. But then again, I also like stupid shit like that. So, um, but no, it was. I think it's worth seeing in theaters. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Um, would I pay full price to see it? Probably not. Um, if I'll see it again, probably. I don't know. I'll probably hit a matinee if I see it again. And I think what I paid wasn't like it wasn't like evening prices. I went there around 12:30, 1 o'clock. But yeah, no, it was good. It wasn't like over the top. It wasn't like super silly or anything like that. It was just the right amount of goofball for this movie, and there was a couple of scenes that were kind of like a nod to the original movies, but not like a this is a joke we're redoing and starting over. So, Doug?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure you're still there. So next story is where is my close those two out. See, Michael Keaton's Batman. And this is a story that was on comicbook.com. It's going to be a couple more years before we see a new live action Batman movie in theaters, but they have an opportunity to catch a couple of the Dark Knight classics cinematic outings on the big screen very soon. According to Variety, Tim Burton's Batman and Batman Returns will screen in multiplexes across the United States on Monday, August 25th, However, the films will only be shown in Dolby Cinema at AMC theater locations. The,
Oh,
out, the outlet notes that the 160 such theaters are participating in the event will be for one night only. Audiences will be able to see the movies like never before, as they will be screened in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Something Burton is very excited for. Quote, I hadn't watched these films since I made them, and seeing them again with this level of clarity, beauty, color, and the sound fully felt really new and exciting, Burton said. Quote, Dolby Atmos and Vision brought it to life in a fresh way, end quote.
so is the landing an AMC or is it it's a Regal, isn't it?
The landing is a Regal. So the nearest AMC
South Center.
is at South Center, yeah.
South Center. Okay. Well, hopefully it's making it there because I'm pretty sure they have a Dolby Vision theater at the South Center AMC.
I haven't been to AMC in a decade, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there recently enough, like with Fam and the Fam. So
Yeah.
we'll have to check it out. When's that happening?
August 25th. So
Oh, it's a 1 day only.
it's a one-day thing, and it's happening in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I might have some. Oh, it's a Monday.
It's gonna be it's 3 weeks after next Monday. It's 4 weeks from today.
No, it's 3 weeks from today.
I guess if you don't count today as the third.
Well, no, so 1 week to the 11th, 2 weeks
Yeah.
to the 18th, 3 weeks to the 25th.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, if I can swing it, I will see if we can see that on if it's going to be playing around us. I would love to see that. It's just being on a Monday is going to be hard.
Right.
Sam would have to have to work from home that day.
All right. So then we have the next couple stories I have are in the. That's some weird
That's
shit.
some weird shit.
Yes.
What happened to our sound effect?
I have them. I played the one for the geek stuff. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, you did. Okay, I can't hear anything.
Shit, where we dig up the craziest, quirkiest stories that make you go, what the heck just happened? Buckle up, it's about to get weird.
All right. So yeah, I don't know why you can't hear them, dude. They're playing. So and it's showing up on the EQ. So I think maybe this is why I didn't use the app before, because it wasn't.
Are you in the app or are you not in the app?
I am not. I'm using the app right now on the computer. Last week I used the browser. And
The
I think
browser.
That's why you were
Yeah,
able to
that
hear
was. Yep, that's probably why.
it. So, all right. So the next couple stories I have, I didn't go too far out on stories this week because I figured we'd have a lot more other things to talk about, like we have the past couple weeks. I just like, okay, I'll just grab a couple things. All right. So the next story I have here is the Shroud of Turin. According to this, the Turin Shroud was laid on a sculpture, not a real body, study finds. It says here, this is according to unexplainedmysteries.com. Researchers have looked at the way fabric falls when it's placed over a body to reveal how details about the shroud, new details about the shroud, believed by many to be the actual burial cloth. I can talk, I really can, I promise. Of Jesus himself, the Turin shroud. Why are they calling it like that? I've always heard the Shroud of Turin. Which,
Yeah, tomato.
right? It just sounds weird saying it the other way around. Which is today situated in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, was long been the subject of intense scrutiny, controversy, and debate. A significant number of researchers have made conflicting claims about the shroud, with some hailing it is authentic and others suggesting that it's either a forgery or not the shroud of Jesus at all. Now, according to a new study, the shroud was most likely not created by being placed on an actual human body, but was instead produced by being placed on a over a low relief sculpture. This finding comes courtesy of Brazilian 3D digital designer Cicero Moraes, an expert at historical face reconstructions who used computer simulations to show how the cloth drapes over a human body. Quote, the image on the Shroud of Turin, see, that's how it sounds, is more
Yeah.
consistent with how a low relief matrix, he told Live Science. Such a matrix would have been made of wood, stone, or metal and pigmented or even heated only in the areas of contact, producing the observed pattern. By contrast, the shroud, where placed on a real body, the image on it would have been much more stretched out than what we actually see on it today. While Morales, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, tends to favor the idea that the shroud was still created with a funerary context. It is rare from his findings that the imprint was not the result of being placed over Jesus' body. Quote, it's plausible to consider that artists or sculptors with significant knowledge could have created such a piece either through painting or low relief, end quote, he wrote. I don't know any of that means. These are words, and I read them, but I don't understand anything what I just said.
Well, this might be my favorite weird story that you've done because this is awesome. Because so the Shroud of Turin has been a relic for hundreds of years, right?
Right,
And it was purported to be the actual burial shroud of Jesus Christ.
right,
Uh, a lot of people throughout history, you know, it was immediately suspected of being a fraud,
right,
but it had its believers, and it's gone through the gamut of, oh, here's a proof that it's real, here's a proof that it's fake, and as technology and academia has soldiered on and improved, it had become increasingly clear that it was a forgery. It was a medieval forgery. But in like recent months, it's kind of turned around where people are starting to be like, no, 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 this really might be the shroud of Jesus for these three
yeah,
dimensional reasons.
yeah,
And now
yeah,
it's like, no, those three dimensional reasons exist because they laid it on a freaking statue's face. And the fact that they are able to demonstrate that now and just kind of put the nail in the coffin for Jesus' burial shroud, as it were, uh, I love it. I love it. It's great. It really, because if Christianity's not real, this is the kind of stuff that would be fake, and lo and
yeah,
behold.
yeah, yeah. Well, well. All right. Well, that is the end of the show for today, guys.
Oh, we don't get to see the Bigfoot clip?
Oh, the Bigfoot clip. What Bigfoot? Oh, wait. There was one more, wasn't there?
I was hoping you could share it, and
Oh,
maybe I
yeah,
could
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I can always
Um,
just click on it.
yeah, click on it from your end and you can see it yourself. I'm sorry. I totally forgot we even had this. I'm like, so, all right. So, what I can do here is, where is it? Share. I'm going to put it on the screen here. Do full screen on that. And this is what this article says. I'll play the video here in a second, but I'm going to read what it says here. A fast moving hominid was inadvertently picked up on camera by a man who was out with his dog in the mountains. The intriguing clip was recently sent to the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, or RMSO, by a man identified only as Bill, who captured the alleged creature on film back in May of this year. If that was the case, wouldn't it be digital, so it wouldn't be film at all? Um, Sorry, nitpicking. The action takes place primarily within the first few seconds of the video, with the alleged Sasquatch appearing briefly among the trees in the background in the top left of the frame. It moves quickly from left to right, hunkering down behind some thicker foliage. While the region is certainly known for a hotspot for Bigfoot sightings, the reaction to this particular clip has been mixed. While some believe the footage is genuine, depicts a Bigfoot, others remain skeptical, citing the lack of clarity, the creature's rapid movement, and its distinctly human-like gait. So,
I'll be honest.
huh?
No, keep going. Go ahead.
So, could this be a genuine evidence of an undiscovered hominid roaming the wilds of California, or is it simply someone in a Bigfoot costume pulling a prank? You can check out the video and decide for yourself. All right, so I'll scroll down here, click the play button. So,
I like the two
Coyote
dogs. They're
Ridge
cute.
Bigfoot
They're
caught
playing
on
in the
camera
snow.
in eastern Sierras. Bill writes RMSO.
up here.
Bigfoot watching my dog play in the eastern Sierras back in May.
Yeah, I'll be
The
honest. It looks
elevation-
like somebody in a snow jacket, like trotting along in a jog almost.
Yeah, I think it's and far enough back that you really can't tell what it is. I mean, if
They
you,
do some 400% enlarged shots, and it really looks like someone's got like a black, puffy snow jacket on with the hood pulled up, and you only see them from side, mostly behind side profile.
You see them like between these two trees right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but like right underneath the caught on camera in the video, it's right underneath it, like
If you go ahead to like the 2 minute mark,
okay.
it does close-ups at 400%, and you can kind of see it a lot better.
Not only does this thing have a dome-shaped head, it seems to move way too smooth for a person. No up and down movement with the stride you would expect from a person, and when you look at the body
You see
shape,
what I'm talking about?
it appears unnatural for a human.
Doesn't it? It almost looks like a woman in a black coat.
Yeah, and I think they stopped moving like right here in the middle. So I don't know. I tend to think this is probably not real.
Yeah, it's either an intentional hoax or that's just like a country snowshoer or something like that, or snow ski, or she's like cross country skiing or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, because they're moving along at a good pace with almost a little bit of a bob, like they're either skiing or snowshoeing. Snowshoeing, I think, would be a little less fluid.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm almost wondering if they're like cross country
I'm
skiing
not sure if that stayed on.
or
the
even just
screen.
jogging.
I think as soon as
Maybe
I
they're-
start clicking on the screen away from Discord, it wasn't showing the screen anymore. Sorry, guys.
It's interesting though because like this would be one of the more. I can't say for sure it's like a digital edit, like it's a faked image. It might just be an actual person, but it's very intriguing. I'm not a Bigfoot believer, but
I am a Bigfoot believer, and I'm looking at the comments right now. And one of the first ones you see here, it appears to be some guy sliding down on a sleigh.
now Santa Claus, I do believe it.
So,
Oh look, I like this. Oh look, it ran through the snow. Let's not go look for tracks.
The next one is like, this looks like a typical Bigfoot video with the usual attributes and appearances seen many times before. But here's the unanswered question that dampens my enthusiasm some. How did this creature get initially recognized as an obscure, as it's obscure, and unless you know to look for it, it doesn't appear as the focus of the video with something in the background. Yeah, I mean, you would have been like really looking at the video while he was if he was editing or something before he.
Yeah, there's another commenter here that also says it looks like a girl, which I agree. It looks like a woman going jogging. That's what it looks like to me.
The way it was moving, it was kind of like it was like this. It's kind of doing like the jogging motion, and it looked like it was like a massive hood, like a snow, Like one of those snow jackets that has a hood that like it covers your face as well as your head.
Yeah, like something you might wear if you were out snowshoeing or cross country skiing.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Well, if you go to our show notes, you can find a link to the site and watch the video and all the detail yourself. But that will do it for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. As always, like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. And really, please, if you're listening to this in any way, shape, or form, and you do use YouTube, please go onto YouTube and interact with the videos on there.
Yeah.
Leave a like, leave a comment. It will really help us on YouTube if you have any way of getting there.
We do.
So
we also have a website as well, which is basically the URL is adhp.live, and that will take you to our brand new Patreon, which as of right now everything on there is free, so you can go subscribe to the Patreon, and you don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. Although we would not oppose to you sending us money every month, so if you want to click on one of those tiers. One is $5 a month, the other one's $10 a month, and you're not obligated to stay for any length of time. But if you want to help out, then please do. Otherwise, everything else that's on there as of right now is doesn't require a subscription as far as money is concerned. You can follow the page and get updates when new episodes drop. They will be on there as well as on your favorite podcasting app and on YouTube. So.
And quite frankly, as much as we would love your money right now, we would be perfectly happy if you just got on YouTube and interacted with our videos. Yeah. Likes and comments go a long ways, and we can worry about money later. But the Patreon is there. We'll start doing stuff with it more often in the future.
I only mention that because people will be like, "What's this all about?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean, it's there if you want to. You don't have to.
No.
It's not like a requirement to be able to utilize the Patreon page. It's everything is available for free.
But you are required to go leave a comment on the YouTube page. Go tell us who you voted for, anybody you were excited to vote for in this primary election. Do that. Go on the YouTube and let us know that.
I voted for Mickey Mouse and Scooby Doo.
Hey.
Aha. All right, guys.
All right, guys.